Hey guys, what's up? This is Eli from TouchArcade. I'm here today with Jared, and the last game we're going to be checking out with our super early TA plays is Touchgrind Skate 2, the sequel to Touchgrind, obviously. And little caveat here, I was absolutely terrible at Touchgrind, so
yeah, it was a tricky game to figure out.
Don't expect anything. Just don't expect anything. I guess this is the best way to do
The
it.
tutorial here is really good though. So yeah, let's go through some of these because it really does show you what
two fingers on the board to ride. Oh,
we're trying to do stuff. Just watch.
Yeah, no, I thought I need to play along. I've seen some videos of Touchgrind players that were doing like crazy stuff.
Yeah, it had a lot of possibilities, and you know, I got some, you know, decent high scores in that game, but it was always from like, oh, whoops, like look what I accidentally did, like a million tricks on the same rail or something. You know, it was never something I was set out to really do, but I did enough so I could unlock all the boards and stuff like that. But in this game, as you can see, the perspective, which was one of the big sticking points of the first game because it was strictly top down. This is more of a behind the back kind of view, similar to their other game, Touchgrind BMX, the biking game. And actually, I would say this game feels like it has way more in common with Touchgrind BMX than it does with the original Touchgrind. But that's a good thing because BMX was really good, and this game was just dying for a perspective change because you know,
it was impossible to do anything before.
It was you could never see where you were going, and so you know it got kind of annoying just because you something you want to do on a certain object. And you couldn't because it was too hard to line up right and see where you're going and all that stuff. So this changes all that. You can see where you're going. You can aim for objects. Right now, I've played this a little bit, and my biggest gripe, besides the fact that it's definitely a very steep learning curve, my other gripe is that I feel like that you move too fast. I'd like to be able to adjust how fast you move because I'll get somewhere, I'll want to do a trick on something cool, and then you start flying so fast that you can't really coordinate yourself to do everything in time, and then all of a sudden the object has passed you by. So, but you're doing good. You're doing good.
There we go.
You got the ollies down. You got the shove-its down. But anyway, I will say, you know, the biggest competition for this game would be True Skate. There's really only two skateboarding games out there that are worth talking about, and it's Touchgrind and True Skate. And True Skate really amped things up because they had the better perspective, and they also had a really cool physics system that was really kind of approachable, you know? So anybody could kind of pick it up, not know anything about skateboarding, and start, you know, messing around with the board, and cool things would happen. And it was like a fun little toy for a lot of people.
Yeah, I felt like I was doing cooler stuff in True Skate, but I didn't know like what I was doing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little trickier to do kind of what you want. This game, I would say, is more the realistic skating game, but like I said, the learning curve is really steep. I've put in maybe 30 or 45 minutes into this game and gone through most of the tutorial, and by the time you're at that point, you're a lot more comfortable with everything. So I think it's one of those things that like after a few days, I'm really gonna warm up to it, and then it's gonna be like, this is amazing. But how many people will be able to stick through that learning curve transition, I don't know. Because I mean, honestly, it's definitely...
Like, for me, just doing the tutorial is kind of frustrating. I mean, like...
It is. And I was ready, like, I was getting angry because I didn't jump right into the tutorial. I jumped into free skate and was like, oh, this is cool. I'm just going to skate around for a while and play around. Thinking, you know, I've played Touchgrind before. I should know what to do. And I did not remember what to do at all. And it doesn't help that I'm so used to True Skate. So it was totally foreign to me and very, very frustrating because I felt like I couldn't do anything. And so once I started going through the tutorial, though, realizing that I had forgotten how to play and I had to kind of relearn, it's getting it's getting easier to do cool things and have fun with it. But it's definitely a very frustrating initial reaction.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's kind of like, so how do you have a super technical like skateboarding game like this without having the frustrating learning curve? I guess is my question.
I don't really think you do. I mean, I think this is the way that it should be. this is really true to the original Touchgrind in that, you know, the way you do tricks and stuff are all really kind of based on how you'd really do skateboarding tricks. And, you know, that was a hard game to learn too. But once you did, it was really fun. The perspective kind of killed it, but it was still a game that you could learn tricks in and do cool things and have fun with. But this, I feel like, you know,
my God, I'm never gonna be able to.
If you're gonna, no, you will though. You will. See, that's the thing. I feel like this is the game that if you put the time into it, it's gonna be a really rewarding experience. And I was playing around, and after I'd learned kick flips and shove-its and stuff, I was like, well, let me combine these things. I want to do a 360 flip. And the first time I did a 360 flip and caught it in the air and landed, and it looked so awesome, was like an amazing feeling. And so now I'm just looking forward to getting even better at the game and having more of those kind of amazing, you know, satisfaction moments where you do something that you set out to do and it looks awesome. So, and plus, this game has the same structure as kind of something like the Touchgrind BMX, where there's different locations, different goals to shoot after. And, you know, the first game felt like, aside from getting different tiers of high scores, it was more or less like a virtual toy, like a virtual tech deck in a way. And there wasn't a whole lot of stuff to do. And this feels more like a game with like a progression, different levels, stuff like that. So I don't know. I think this is going to be an awesome game once I warm up to it some more. But I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping to sit down and just kind of play with this all night.
Yeah, this is tricky.
All right.
All right, let's see if I can
talking
jump
your
on
ear
your
off.
rail. Well, I'm glad you're talking. It's like 100% of my brain is going to trying to play this game.
Yeah. It's true though. The tutorial is really good. Like I would say, play through it and then like play through it again, just to really hone in those skills. Because, I was like I said, I was initially so frustrated. I was getting angry, and then the tutorial let me know, "Hey, jackass, you got to learn what to do first." And I was like, "Okay."
Look at me. I kind
of. Oh, you did it. Is that you or is that the? Oh, you did
me.
do it.
yeah,
the visuals in this are really awesome too.
Oh,
I really like to see what other locations there are, because Touchgrind BMX had a lot of cool locations.
see what's tricky about this is like there's so much going on, like even just at once right now to try to land on this rail. So like navigating is kind of tricky, like reliably doing an ollie is kind of tricky, and then
yeah. Doesn't it feel like you move way too fast? Like
Yeah,
I'd love
I
to be
wish I
able to
could-
tone that down.
I need to get crappier bearings. Oh, almost. Here, well let's go back to we'll check out like
you know
the
what?
actual skate park. But
Just that tutorial one you were doing, it confused me too. You can't ollie onto anything and grind it. You have to actually roll in from the pool directly onto the coping and grind without an
really?
ollie. That's why it wasn't triggering for you. Took me a while. I got stuck on that.
all right. Oh, cool, man! This is such a neat game.
Yeah, it really, really is. I'm hoping that there's a lot of people that are down to really dedicate themselves to learning it and enjoying it, as opposed to getting frustrated in the first 10 minutes and deleting it.
Yeah,
Because that was my initial reaction, and I know other people will feel that way. But this is one of
Look
those.
how huge this park is. Oh, hey,
Yeah,
just,
it's sick.
look at me grinding like crazy. Yeah, that was unintentional.
I also noticed, so you're playing on your iPad, and it's landscape. On the iPhone, it's in portrait, which I think suits it much better. Touchgrind BMX was also in portrait. But I guess obviously on the iPad, it doesn't really matter. You have so much real estate, or screen real estate.
So I'm kind of starting to accidentally do tricks, which is cool.
You're actually doing a lot better than I was in my first 10 minutes.
Well, I am a professional video game player. I'll have you know.
True. Yeah, I don't know. The speed is just killing me, though. Even watching you, it's like anything you want to that catches your eye and you want to aim for, you have like zero time to set up for it.
So this is pretty cool. Is this new? So you hit this thing in the top right corner and you can kind of pan throughout the entire park.
Yeah, you could do that in the first game too. And then you could set a waypoint, which was super helpful. So if you had one object you wanted to focus on, you could respawn in a certain point and try over and over. I'm not sure if this has that, but Oh yeah, that's the waypoint up in the corner. That little.
Well, that's the button that I'm hitting to engage this. So I don't
Oh,
know
is
how to
it?
like. Yeah,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
what
that
I'm
was the
hitting.
same icon for waypoints. But anyway, um, that's rad. That's really good to know that that's in this.
I mean, what's weird about this is that, like, it almost feels like skateboarding in that like you got to get like the ollie technique down first because like I'm not good at ollies, so
Mm-hmm.
like nothing else I'm doing is kind of
Yeah.
working in a way other than kickflips seem a little bit easier than ollies, which seems weird, but um,
Well, it's tricky because you really have to do like you have to play this game with two fingers. There's no two ways about it. And True Skate I can play pretty decent with just one finger, which is nice. But you really have to coordinate yourself to be like, okay, I want to do this trick, so the front finger does this and the back finger does this, and you have to coordinate those things together and time them together. And it can that's why it can be so tricky, especially when you're under the gun, moving really fast around the skate park and trying to do all this at once. It can be a little overwhelming. But that's why I think it's something that you'll kind of get the groove the more you play.
yeah, here, let's customize our board. Oh, neat. So I guess all these unlock over time and stuff like that.
Okay, so
I
you
have-
get sponsored, it looks like, and
I have a few decks, nothing that cool.
nice.
I mean, neat stickers. Oh yeah, definitely need this fish bones. Oh
You
neat, and I can like move this around and rotate it and stuff. That's cool.
red.
Do I have any cool grip tape? Oh yeah, neat. Cool. Man, this is sick. Like, I wish I was better at it so I could throw out a more like compelling video, I guess. But a Touchgrind Skate 2, I mean, it's a I don't. Is it unfair to call it more of like a toy than a game? Because it kind of feels like you're actually like playing with those little like fingerboards.
Right. I would say the first game really was more of a toy. This one seems like it has a lot more meat to it in terms of things to do and progress in and different levels to play and stuff like that. But the actual mechanics
did
of
you see
doing
that?
the skating in this, that was sick. The mechanics are really are kind of like you're playing with a tech deck or something. And so in that sense, it is kind of a toy. And I'm sure, I mean, I play True Skate every day, and I'll play it for, hours at a time sometimes because you just get lost in playing with it. And I think
Yeah.
that this game will be the same way. And I also think that even though they're two pretty similar games, they play very differently, and it's going to be worth having both of them. It's not going to be a one or the other situation. But
Definitely.
but yeah, this is a game that I know once I beat all those single player stuff, beat everything you can beat, I'll still come back to it just to play, free roam or whatever, because that's what I love doing with these games.
There we go. I'm starting to get some grinds now, buddy.
Man, you are killing it. Whoa, you flipped in. You're a flipper.
So yeah, I don't know. This is Touchgrind Skate 2. Highly recommend checking out. Like even just to screw around with, because like I'm not doing anything good with it, but still kind of having fun. And it feels a lot like actual skateboarding, which I feel like is a pretty good. Oh hey, I just did that on accident.
Killed it. Yeah, I would say check it out going in with the expectation that it's going to be frustrating at first and you're going to have to put some time into it. Because if you're not ready to do that, I don't even know if it's worth, checking out because you're just going to get frustrated.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I don't know. Definitely give this a look when it launches tonight. I highly recommend checking it out.